June 2, 2023. Ocala, Florida. A mother of 4 knocks on her neighbor's door to ask her to stop calling her children the N-word. 38 seconds later, Ajike Owens is dying on the grass, shot through a locked screen door by a woman who never opened it. This is the story of a bullet that traveled only 6 feet, but carried centuries of rage with it. The street is called Southwest 5th Circle, but the neighbors call it the Circle of Hell, long before the blood hits the ground. It is 8:57 p.m. on a Friday that feels like the inside of a mouth. Children's laughter floats from a yard where 4 small silhouettes chase fireflies. Their mother, Ajike Owens, 35, beautiful, exhausted, proud, watches from the porch with a laundry basket balanced on her hip. Across the hedge lives Susan Lawrence, 58, white, alone. The house is pale yellow, curtains always half drawn, like eyelids refusing to fully wake. For 18 months the war has been quiet. Then it turned loud. It started with stolen iPads and bruised apples thrown at children. It grew into racial slurs hissed over the fence like venom. Go back to the ghetto, nigger monkeys. The children learned to play in the backyard only. AJ learned to keep her phone recording. Tonight the final apple sails over the hedge and strikes AJ's 9-year-old son in the head. He runs home crying. AJ sets the laundry basket down. She has done this walk before. But tonight her footsteps feel heavier, like the humid air itself is trying to push her back. She crosses the invisible line between the 2 properties. Bare feet on hot concrete. She knocks. No answer. She knocks harder. Inside, Susan Lawrence is already holding the gun. The Ring camera catches everything except the part that matters. AJ's voice, calm at first. "Ma'am, please stop throwing things at my kids. Stop calling them names." A muffled reply from behind the locked door. "I'll shoot you through this damn door if you don't get off my property." AJ raises her hands, palms open. She is not touching the door. She is not trying the handle. She is simply asking for peace. The gunshot is deafening in its smallness. One single crack like a branch breaking under too much weight. AJ staggers backward, clutching her chest. The bullet entered just below her collarbone, tore through lung and heart, exited beneath her shoulder blade. She collapses on the stranger's grass, staring up at a sky that suddenly feels too wide. Her 9-year-old son is the first to reach her. He presses both small hands over the wound, screaming for someone to call his grandma. Blood pours between his fingers like warm red rain. Inside the yellow house, Susan Lawrence lowers the .380 and dials 911 herself. Her voice on the recording is eerily calm. "I just shot a woman through my door. She was threatening me." Deputies arrive in 4 minutes. They find AJ gasping, her lips already turning blue. They find Lawrence sitting on her couch, gun on the coffee table, hands folded like she is waiting for tea. AJ is pronounced dead at 9:42 p.m. 45 minutes after the apple was thrown. 38 seconds after she knocked. The children watch from their porch as the paramedics stop trying. One by one they sink to their knees in the grass that still smells like gunpowder and cut lawn. And in the yellow house across the hedge, the front door stays closed. It never opened. Not once. Beautiful, aching hearts. If the injustice of this night is burning inside you, let it become fuel. Hit subscribe right now, ring the bell, and stand with us so no mother ever bleeds out asking for simple human decency again. Your light is the only thing that can outshine this darkness. Thank you for being here. Thank you for refusing to look away. The first apple hit the side of the house in December 2021. It exploded against the siding with a wet thud, leaving a brown smear that never quite washed away. Susan Lawrence stood on her side of the hedge holding the second apple like a grenade. She screamed that the children were too loud, that they had stolen her daughter's iPad, that they didn't belong in a nice neighborhood. AJ Owens walked outside in slippers and asked her to stop. Lawrence called her the word. The hard one. The one that cuts deeper than any fruit ever could. From that day on, the children learned new rules. No playing in the front yard after 4 p.m. No riding bikes past the yellow house. No looking at Miss Susan when she stared from her window like a pale ghost behind glass. The apples kept coming. Sometimes whole. Sometimes rotten. Sometimes hard enough to leave welts. AJ filed police reports. Deputies came, listened, left. No arrests. No charges. Just a shrug and a promise to talk to her. Lawrence began filming the children every day. Hours of footage. Close-ups of black and brown faces pressed against chain link. She posted some on neighborhood apps with captions. These animals are destroying property values. AJ's oldest son started having nightmares. He would wake up screaming that the lady with the white hair was coming through the window. AJ bought blackout curtains and a louder television to drown out the banging on the shared wall at 2 a.m. In March 2023, Lawrence escalated. She threw a roller skate over the fence. It struck AJ's 6-year-old daughter in the temple. The little girl needed 4 stitches. AJ called the sheriff again. This time they issued Lawrence a trespass warning. She laughed when they handed it to her. By May, the children stopped playing outside at all. They played in whispers inside a house that felt smaller every day. AJ worked double shifts at a nursing home, saving for a deposit on a new place. She was $200 short. On the evening of June 2nd, the 9-year-old found the missing iPad. It had been in the grass the entire time, screen cracked, battery dead. He brought it home like a peace offering. He left it on Lawrence's doorstep with a handwritten note. "I'm sorry we took it. Here it is back." Lawrence responded by throwing apples again. One struck him so hard it split his lip. He ran home crying blood and snot. AJ looked at her son's face, looked at the clock, looked at the hedge that might as well have been a prison wall. She put the laundry basket down. She told the kids to stay inside. She walked across the grass one last time. Neighbors later said they heard the argument through open windows. AJ's voice never rose above pleading. Lawrence's voice rose above everything. "She was banging on my door," Lawrence would later claim. Ring footage shows AJ's hands in the air the entire time. No banging. No threats. Just a mother asking for the harassment to stop. Inside the yellow house, Lawrence had already loaded the gun. She told investigators she kept it by the door, because those people made me afraid. She told them she fired because AJ was coming at her. She never explained why she never opened the door to see if the threat was real. The bullet traveled 6 feet, maybe 7. It crossed the threshold of a locked door and ended a life that had already survived so much. In the moments after the shot, children screamed. Porches filled with neighbors who had heard the slurs for months but never called the police. One woman finally dialed 911 while pressing a towel to AJ's chest. The operator asked if the shooter was still inside. "Yes," the neighbor sobbed. "She's just sitting there." Deputies found Lawrence on her couch watching the chaos through the blinds. She asked if she could change into something more comfortable before they took her away. They told her no. AJ's blood soaked into the grass where her children used to catch fireflies. The apples lay scattered nearby, some still whole, some burst open like tiny hearts. And across the hedge, the door stayed closed. Just like it always had. Beautiful, aching hearts. If the weight of this chapter is pressing against your ribs tonight, turn it into fire. Subscribe now, ring the bell, share AJ's name until every locked door in America feels the knock of justice. We rise by lifting others. Thank you for standing on the right side of that hedge with her. June 3rd, 2023. The sun rises over Southwest 5th Circle like it has something to be ashamed of. Ajike Owens's blood has dried black on the grass. A single child's sneaker still lies where it fell when her 9-year-old tried to run to her. Inside the Marion County Jail, Susan Lawrence sits in an orange jumpsuit 2 sizes too big. She tells the intake deputy she is the real victim. She tells the nurse her blood pressure is high because, "Those people stressed me out." She asks for a single cell because she is afraid of black inmates. The request is denied. For 4 days, Florida's Stand Your Ground law hovers like a vulture. Prosecutors review the ring footage frame by frame. They watch AJ's open hands. They watch the locked door never move. They watch Lawrence raise the gun anyway. On June 6th, State Attorney William Gladson steps in front of cameras. His voice is heavy. He announces there will be no stand your ground immunity. The law requires reasonable fear of imminent death or great bodily harm. A woman with her hands up asking for peace does not qualify. Lawrence is charged with manslaughter with a firearm and assault. Bond is set at $150,000. She makes it the same day, money wired from accounts her family refuses to explain. Outside the courthouse, AJ's mother Pamela Diaz speaks for the first time. She is wearing her daughter's favorite purple scarf. She says only 12 words. "My baby knocked for peace and got death behind a locked door." The nation hears her. Protests form in Ocala, Tampa, Atlanta. Signs read. Her hands were empty. Her door was locked. Her heart was full of hate. Inside the discovery packets, the truth begins to rot in the open. Lawrence's own journals, seized under warrant, read like a manifesto of fear turned to venom. Page after page of racial slurs. Drawings of nooses labeled with the children's nicknames. One entry dated 2 weeks before the shooting. "If they come to my door again, I will handle it permanently." Text messages to her estranged daughter. "These nigger kids are going to get what's coming." Voicemails she left for the sheriff's non-emergency line. 17 in 6 months, each more unhinged than the last. She called AJ and her children feral animals, future criminals, demons in human skin. Deputies had marked every call NFA. No further action. In August 2023, the charge is upgraded to second-degree murder. The indictment is only 4 pages long, but the first line cuts like glass. The defendant did unlawfully from a premeditated design to effect the death of a human being. Lawrence's defense team claims she has undiagnosed mental illness. They file motion after motion to suppress the journals, the texts, the ring video. Every motion is denied. The trial date is set for April 2025, nearly 2 years after the bullet. During discovery, prosecutors uncover something that stops even seasoned detectives cold. Lawrence had been practicing. Range logs show she visited an indoor shooting facility 23 times in the year before the murder. Always the same target, a human silhouette with a handwritten name taped over the heart. The name was AJ. She kept the targets in a box under her bed. 23 paper corpses with the same name bleeding red. In November 2023, Netflix releases The Perfect Neighbor at Sundance. The documentary plays to a silent theater. When it ends, no one claps. People simply sit in the dark and cry. The film includes audio Lawrence recorded herself the night of the shooting. After firing, she can be heard whispering to herself behind the locked door. One less to deal with. That clip is played in open court during a pretrial hearing. The judge orders a recess because half the gallery is sobbing too loudly to continue. By early 2025, Lawrence stops leaving her house even for hearings. She appears by Zoom, face pale, hair unwashed, eyes darting like a cornered animal. Her lawyers say the publicity has destroyed her mental health. The prosecutor responds that publicity did not put a bullet through a mother's heart. On April 14, 2025, jury selection begins. Potential jurors are asked one question that silences the room. Can you set aside what you already know and judge only the evidence? Half the panel is dismissed in the first 2 days. And every night, when court adjourns, Pamela Diaz stands outside the courthouse holding a photo of her daughter smiling in that purple scarf. She does not speak anymore. She simply stands. A silent vigil that has outlasted seasons. The hedge between the houses has grown wild now. No one trims it anymore. It stands taller than a man, thick with thorns, like nature itself is trying to hide what happened there. Beautiful, grieving warriors. If the injustice of a locked door and an open wound is clawing at your soul, let it become action. Subscribe right now, turn on the bell, share AJ's name until every Stand Your Ground law feels the weight of her empty hands. We are the voice she was denied that night. Thank you for refusing to stay behind the door. April 21, 2025. The Marion County Courthouse smells of bleach and old fear. Inside courtroom 3B, the air conditioning hums too loud, like it is trying to drown out what is coming. Susan Lawrence enters through a side door, flanked by deputies. She has lost 37 pounds since the shooting. Her once white hair is now the color of cigarette ash. She keeps her eyes on the floor as if the tiles might open and swallow her whole. The jury is seated. 7 women, 5 men, 6 white, 4 black, 2 Hispanic. They have been warned not to read anything, not to watch anything, not to speak. But every single one of them knows the 38 seconds by heart. Opening statements begin at 9:03 a.m. The prosecutor, Assistant State Attorney Rachel Stevenson, stands without notes. She does not raise her voice. She simply says, "This case is about a locked door and an unlocked gun." Behind that locked door stood a woman who had already decided Ajike Owens deserved to die. The evidence will show she rehearsed it. She wrote it. She practiced it. And on June 2, 2023, she finally pulled the trigger on a mother who only wanted the apples to stop. The defense claims fear. They claim mental defect. They claim Lawrence believed the door was about to be broken down by an angry mob. They play body cam footage of neighbors screaming after the shot, trying to suggest the chaos came first. The jury is not convinced. Day 3 brings the ring video. The courtroom lights dim. On the screen, AJ walking up barefoot, hands visible, voice calm. Then the muffled threat. Then the flash. Then AJ falling backward like someone cut her strings. Someone in the gallery gasps so loudly the judge bangs the gavel. The medical examiner testifies next. He places a laser pointer on a life-size diagram of AJ's body. The bullet entered here. Traveled here. Destroyed the pulmonary artery here. Death was not instant. It took between 4 and 6 minutes. 6 minutes of a mother bleeding out on a stranger's lawn while her killer sat inside watching through the blinds. The 911 call Lawrence made herself is played. Her voice is flat, almost bored. I just shot someone through my door. Yes, I'm sure she's black. The prosecutor lets the silence after that sentence stretch until it hurts. Then come the journals. 72 of them. The bailiff wheels them in on a cart like evidence of a lifetime of poison. Passages are projected on the screen in Lawrence's own cramped handwriting. They breathe like rats. I wish I could shoot them all and be done. One day the door will be the only thing between me and justice. The defense objects to relevance. Overruled. On day 7, Lawrence takes the stand against her lawyer's advice. She cries within 30 seconds. She says she has bipolar disorder, that she hadn't taken her meds, that the children terrorized her for years. The prosecutor asks one question that ends her testimony. Did you ever once open the door to speak to Ajike Owens like a human being? Lawrence looks at the jury. Looks at Pamela Diaz in the front row holding her daughter's photo. Looks back at the prosecutor. No, she whispers. The word lands like a second bullet. Closing arguments are brutal in their simplicity. The state. Stand your ground does not mean shoot through a locked door because you hate the color of someone's skin. The defense. My client is a frightened, sick woman who made a tragic mistake. The jury deliberates for 3 hours and 41 minutes. At 4:17 p.m. on April 29, 2025, they return. Guilty. Second-degree murder with a firearm. Guilty. The courtroom does not cheer. It simply exhales. Sentencing is set for June 2, 2025, exactly 2 years to the day Ajike died. Lawrence is led away without looking back. Her shoulders shake, but no sound comes out. Outside, Pamela Diaz finally speaks again. She stands on the courthouse steps in the same purple scarf. She says, "My baby can rest now. But no mother should ever have to bury her child for knocking on a door." Beautiful, weary warriors. If the weight of this verdict feels both heavy and hollow at once, let it move you. Subscribe right now, ring the bell, share AJ's name until every courtroom in America remembers what happened behind that locked door. Justice was late, but because of you it arrived. Thank you for carrying her this far. June 2, 2025. 2 years to the minute since Ajike Owens took her last breath on a stranger's lawn. The Marion County Courthouse is quiet this morning. No cameras. No protests. Only a small circle of people who have waited 730 days for this single hour. Susan Lawrence is brought in wearing a dark blue dress someone chose for her. She looks smaller than the crime she committed. Her hands shake so badly the chains rattle. Judge Robert Hodges asks if she wishes to speak before sentence is pronounced. She stands. For the first time in public, she looks directly at Pamela Diaz in the front row. "I'm sorry," she says. The words come out cracked, almost childlike. "I was wrong. I hated for no reason. I killed a mother and I can never give her back. I'm sorry." Pamela does not move, does not blink. She simply stares until Lawrence sits back down. The state asks for life. The defense asks for 25 years, citing mental illness and remorse. At 10:47 a.m. the judge begins to speak. He does not raise his voice. He does not need to. "Ms. Lawrence, you turned a front door into a fortress of hatred. You practiced murder on paper targets. You wrote it in journals. You rehearsed it at the range. And when a mother came asking for the simplest mercy, stop hurting my children, you executed her through a door you never once opened to see her humanity. Stand your ground was never meant to shield cowardice wrapped in racism. You do not get to hide behind a locked door and call it self-defense. For the crime of second-degree murder with a firearm, I sentence you to 45 years in the Florida Department of Corrections. You will serve every single day." The gavel falls. It sounds exactly like the gunshot 2 years earlier. Lawrence collapses forward. Deputies catch her before she hits the floor. Outside, the sky opens with summer rain. Pamela Diaz steps onto the courthouse lawn where reporters wait. She is holding the purple scarf, now faded from hundreds of days in the sun. She says only this: 45 years won't bring my baby back. But for the first time since June 2, 2023, I can breathe. That afternoon, something happens no one predicted. Susan Lawrence is taken to Lowell Correctional Institution. During processing, she asks to be placed in general population. No protective custody. No single cell. She tells the intake sergeant she no longer wants to hide behind any door. Word spreads fast inside the prison. By evening, every wing knows who she is. Yet nothing happens. No violence. No shanking in the showers. Only silence. 3 weeks later, a letter arrives at Pamela Diaz's house. No return address. Inside is a single sheet of prison stationery. It reads, "Mrs. Diaz, I see your daughter's face every time I close my eyes. I hear her voice asking me to stop hurting her children. I deserve whatever comes. I just needed you to know I finally opened the door inside myself. It is too late for AJ. It will never be too late to say her name right. Ajike Owens mattered. I took her life and I will carry that truth until I die. I'm sorry. Susan Lawrence." Pamela reads it once, folds it, places it inside the frame of AJ's favorite photograph, the one with the purple scarf. She never answers. She does not need to. The yellow house on Southwest 5th Circle is demolished in September 2025. The new owners are a young couple with 3 small children of their own. They plant a garden where the front door used to be. Purple coneflowers, lavender, black-eyed Susans. Every year on June 2nd, the children from the neighborhood leave apples on the porch steps. Not thrown. Placed gently. Whole and perfect. And every year Pamela Diaz comes at dusk. She stands where the locked door once stood. She knocks once on the air. Then she walks away. The door that finally opened was never made of wood. Beautiful, unbreakable souls. This is where one story ends and another begins. Ajike Owens is gone, but her name lives in every garden that grows where hatred once stood. If this series moved you, shook you, changed you, hit subscribe, ring the bell, share it until no mother ever has to knock twice for her children's safety. Together we tore that locked door off its hinges. Thank you for walking every step of this painful, necessary road with her. Thank you for keeping it open. See you in the next case. Keep the light on. Keep the door open. Always.